Don't like the one in Conrad.
No.
No.
Most everywhere where I go, like either people are like walk in front of you while you're there. It's not all of them, obviously. In Israel, it's a lot better, but there's still
Where are you
there's too
from?
many places. Louisiana. I mean,
And
Louisiana.
you don't even have the accent. Like you have like a Midwestern accent.
Because I've been in Israel for 7 years, so there aren't many people from the south who I'm speaking English with.
Wow.
So they influence. Anybody's accent will change. Normal.
I mean, I guess maybe when I was living in Florida, since I started speaking Ebonics, I bet that I started speaking Ebonics there.
Are you gonna put this on YouTube?
Oh, check this out. Yes.
Is it video? تيبوناسيون بارين وها علينا لا تغب بسمحة
You want to see something?
يرو غايم ويابو شوي كلامو زوريم ذريم.
Yosef. You want to see something real cool?
What's it?
Swatch.
Okay. Wow, that's impressive. Was that you?
No, that's Ram.
You know what's
That's amazing.
impressive? That you've got a pink camera.
That means you're either Latin American or you're Israeli, and you're totally oblivious to certain issues in America.
Yeah, or he's very comfortable with sexuality.
Well, that's good too.
I don't know about that. Let's not exaggerate
Or-
the last part. Like, watch.
No, we don't think about those things.
Or that's also called being comfortable with you.
Yeah, that is.
Are you still filming?
Is that a question that needs to be
You're not
answered?
filming it.
I want to put. Yeah, man, I'm on
Gosh.
YouTube.
Shut up.
I'm famous.
Or is he infamous?
We shouldn't be acting this silly like right in front of this holy place.
I'm not being
know
silly.
what,
You guys
though?
are.
I do not represent the ideal state of consciousness.
The thing is, sometimes you can be silly in front of Hashem because you're allowing. I mean, look at it this
To
way:
be
you're,
happy, but not-
you're lowering your guard, so allowing him to flow in.
Only if you're allowing them to flow in.
You should always be allowing him to flow in.
We should, but
It's
usually
very
when,
hard to.
especially when you're being silly. You don't look like a what's it called, silly guy though. You look like a pretty nice guy who's got his head not in the clouds.
I try and get my heads in the clouds sometimes. I actually like getting my heads in the clouds sometimes.
That's good when your lev is محبر للسماء.
Yeah, man.
Did you understand that? I didn't think so.
Is that
Lev,
I got that part.
mechubar,
قلب.
Yeah.
محبر is
to connect.
yeah, I don't know how you say it in Arabic. شمايم
Shaman.
Sama. Sama. Sama?
Really?
Correct me.
Sama?
I don't know Arabic.
No, the people, you.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, you.
Okay, you can stop doing
Do I
that.
know you?
Why
Oh,
don't
there
you
you're going to be silly again.
Did I just hear
why don't you just go through the whole alphabet?
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, psi. And that's where I started learning Hebrew and left the Greek.
You became a Greek Orthodox Christian?
No, I wanted to learn Greek in order to better understand the New Testament.
Oh, I see.
And then in the midst of, not in the midst, I mean, I was barely starting to learn Greek. But I'm like, hey, if I'm going to put all this time into learning Greek to understand the New Testament, might as well first go to the Hebrew and learn Hebrew so I can better understand the Old Testament. Because
Right.
how can I properly understand the New Testament in its original context in the first century if I can't understand the one that came before the Old Testament in its original context? And there's no better way to do that than to learn the original language. And of course, once I started learning Hebrew, started noticing issues with the translations. Some translations which are like not even like a bad translation, some translations which are just totally off, upon which Christianity has based whole doctrines.
Right.
And sometimes it's an interworking between the Hebrew and the Greek New Testament. I'll give you one example. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. Okay. A lot of Christians, at least in America, they talk about the mystery of the church. Why do they call it the mystery of the church?
I don't even know what that
I'm not
means.
familiar with
I don't even know what that means.
Obviously, everybody knows what the church is in the English language, yeah?
Yeah.
More or less. So, the mystery is, where's the church prophesied in the Old Testament? Christ is obviously prophesied in every single verse of the Old Testament, right? Okay. I'm not being serious. But where's the church? Yeah?
Right.
There are a few verses where like it refers to people who will join themselves to the Lord, and some people try to say that that's the church. But if you look in the context, they're joining themselves to the Lord by joining themselves to the people of Israel. So where's the church? Okay, the thing is, the main word in the Greek New Testament, which is being represented in English as the word church, is
Ah.
ecclesia. All right,
Ecclesia.
ecclesia, which the word for church in Spanish is still very sounds the same more or less as the Greek word. In any case,
What is that word?
it's like ecclesia,
Iglesia?
iglesia.
Iglesia.
All right, anyway,
Ecclesia.
Ecclesiastes. That's
Yeah.
similar.
Ecclesia.
So what's the connection between the church and Old Testament Hebrew
Hmm.
and the mystery of the church?
Yes.
All right,
Whatever that means.
there is no church mystery in the ancient Greek translation of the Old Testament.
Mhm.
Every time you have the word kahal, which is congregation or the assembly,
Kahal.
they translate it in the ancient Greek translation is ecclesia. Right? They translated with the same word that is being translated into English from the New Testament as church. If they're consistent with the translation of this word, ecclesia, in the Greek, if they're consistent with it, then everywhere where it says kahal in the Hebrew Old Testament, they should also translate as church.
Right.
And then you see there's no mystery of the church. There's no people of Israel and the church. The church, in the mind of the first century Christian, was the people of
congregation.
Israel
Right.
and the assembly of the Jews who were believing in Jesus,
Right.
and whatever non-Jews had joined them, which
Right.
were obviously a minority in the New Testament times. That's why there is no mystery of the church, because modern day Christianity totally ignores the context both of the Old Testament and of the New Testament.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says in
Get away, you idiot.
it says it says
Sit
in the
over
book
here. You can just
it
sit
says
there.
in the Hebrew Old Testament, which
Right.
so many Christians supposedly believe is God's infallible word.
Yeah.
If you really believe that, you should invest more time in studying it. It says there, وَتُخَنَنْ لَخَا يَتَعَمَّخَ يِسْرَائِيل لَخَا لَعَامْ عَدْ عُلَامْ. What is ad olam? Forever.
Yeah.
وَتُخَنَنْ لَخَا, and you have established for yourself. يَتَعَمَّخَ يِسْرَائِيل, your people Israel.
Right.
لَخَا لَعَامْ, for you as a people, ad olam, forever. You have established to yourself the people of Israel, for you as a people forever.
Yes.
وَتَوَيِّتُ لَهُمْ لَإِلَهِيمْ, and you have become to them as their God. Now that doesn't mean God changed. It means that they made him their God, because the word Elohim is not the essence of the being. God's essence doesn't change. He never changes. What it means is that Elohim in Hebrew means authority. So it means that he made himself be perceived by the people of Israel as the ultimate authority,
Mm-hmm.
in short. God does not change. For I am God and I do not change. This is why, oh you sons of Jacob, you are not consumed. Praise God from whom all blessings flow.